Hey guys, it's D here, with another episode of my first year on T. That's a drum roll, just in case you guys didn't know. So we've got some new folks out today. Not today, but we've got some new folks here to the channel. But also, it has been a bit since I've uploaded. Life has just been really difficult. Not terribly difficult, but there's just been some obstacles. But we're back and we're going to get this ball rolling. We've got some new stuff now where some of us folks are going to be actually posting on certain days of the week. So I've got Thursdays. Welcome to D's Thursdays. And we've got a pretty cool episode here today. We're talking about our sexual orientation as trans folk who are on testosterone. Or not even just trans folk, but we're folks that are on testosterone and seeing how our sexual orientation is. So this week we're talking about what is my sexual orientation, and has it changed at all? Is it difficult to date as a trans person? And also if I prefer online dating or meeting in person. So this is actually loaded with a lot of questions for this week, but it gives us quite a good amount of content to actually talk about. So like myself, D, I identify as queer, which is a term that is trying to be redeemed in the LGBT community. So I personally don't see it as a slur. I actually use it to identify myself pretty often, honestly. I call myself a queer boy all the time. Has it changed since coming out as trans? I don't think so. I've always really been interested in women, I'd say primarily, but I am attracted to men, I'm attracted to women, I'm attracted to them all, people all over the gender spectrum, because it's all different. And when it comes to even like the sex of a person, that doesn't matter to me. It just, personality definitely matters. So that's just the way that I feel when it comes to my preferences. Now, I know that everybody's different. We all have our different orientations, but me, I'm pretty fluid all around, honestly. So it hasn't been too really defining. Everything is just fluid to me. Is it difficult to date as a trans person? Now, I started dating my lady early on, before I even started taking testosterone. She knew of my identity from the very beginning. But as mentioned in my previous videos, I didn't even know if I was going to actually start medically transitioning up until I moved out here into Washington State. So the physical transition was a speed bump in our relationship. It made things hard because she saw me as someone who was biologically female, and before testosterone, obviously our physical parts of our body were a lot more similar than they are now because of testosterone, because of the changes, like with hair, my voice, even like with my genitals, stuff like that, you know what I mean? It was a little difficult, but I wouldn't say that it's difficult solely on my identity. I've actually had, I wouldn't say that I've had like any bad situations when it comes to dating as a trans person, because I am very open about my identity. If I'm talking to anyone, whether it be a friendship or not, that I put myself out there in that way, just so people know. But that's just me. I'm very open about my identity. That's not the same for every trans person that's out there. There are a lot of us out there that can do that for safety purposes, and I understand 100%. It's not ideal. It's a scary world out there. You never know how anyone is going to react. They could be totally nonchalant and cool with it. Like, I've had a lot of folks that way out here in Washington. I have not had any slack, which is crazy. But if I were flip side, if I was back east, back in Pennsylvania, it might be a different story. You know, it might be different. Like, what does that mean? You know, like, or I've known you so much as this. That's gonna be really hard. Like, no, it's really not that difficult to just switch over. You know, to use someone's pronouns based on what they prefer versus what you see. Like, that's just messed up, and pardon my French, that's fucked up. Now, that, again, is, everyone is different, so I would say, for the majority, most case, yeah, it's difficult to date as a trans person, without a doubt. But once you find those folks that truly see you for you, despite your dysphoria, despite the stress and anxiety that you might have, if they see the beauty within you as your individual person, that's all that matters, you know? And then you're happy as an individual. You then find that partner or partners that truly love you for who you are. And, you know, we can't ask for anything more than that, because that's the greatest support that we could ever get. And honestly, it's great. I'm grateful for my girlfriend. I'm grateful for friends that I've had out there who are just really, really supportive. And it just makes it all easier when people are just more educated on your identity, and or people who are just open to understand who you are. It just makes it easier to put yourself out there. Now, do I prefer online dating or meeting in person? I am very much so an introverted type of guy. Like, you see me, I'm bundled up, I'm chilling here at home in my living room and playing some video games. That's just what I like to do. So online dating actually really helped me out personally, because I don't like going out very much, or I find it like uncomfortable or just overwhelming to go out and actually just meet people. So online dating actually helped out with that. And that's actually how I met my girlfriend. I met my girlfriend on Tumblr. Like I said, I lived in Pennsylvania, and she lived out here in Seattle, and it worked out for months. We were FaceTiming like every day, and it just made it really easy, rather than being physical from the beginning. We were able to develop that connection in a different way, and it just worked out in our favor. That's not for everyone, because you know, if I could meet her in person, I totally would. But I feel like now, with the whole internet at our fingertips, essentially, it makes it easier to online date. But that it just acts as another tool, rather than folks hooking you up with other folks. Like, oh, my friend, you know, I have a friend who I'd really like you to meet. You go on an app and you can literally filter height, weight, personality, type, you know, like your favorite type or whatever. So I feel like online dating makes things a lot easier, but it also makes things really superficial. So if you pair that with actually having a conversation with someone on the regular, and then if you can meet that person actually in person, kudos to you, and then make it into an everlasting thing. But if you can't, I get that online dating, you know, is convenient. It makes it really easy. And if you guys can battle distance, time, all that good stuff, then nothing can stand in your way. And I'm so sorry, again, my language, but that's really it. I mean, excuse me, I don't think testosterone, is there a direct correlation to your sexual orientation when it comes to taking testosterone? I don't think so. Everything is on a spectrum. And really, when it comes to dating, it's just communication. And you'll find the people who don't understand you, or the people who are going to open their arms up and just embrace you fully for who you are, regardless of what your identity is, trans or not, you know, like, none of that matters when it comes to true, genuine people. And really, that's it. At the end of the day, it's just, you weed out through those people who don't care about you. It's a fact of life, and it'll all work out, you know? So here's D again. This is for you folks. Happy Thursday, and I hope you guys enjoy your day.